Summarizing the results of Kazakhstan's economic development in 2013, local experts noted that one of the main achievements is that despite the unfavorable external background and the continuing instability of the post-crisis global economy, the country has managed to maintain stable growth in 2013 and finish it with positive figures. During the first 11 months, the GDP growth in Kazakhstan reached 6%, confounding the forecast announced by the government and the National Bank of Kazakhstan. According to the socio-economic data, the country is in the top 50 most competitive countries in the world. The accelerated growth of the Kazakh economy during the past 10 years allowed us to take second place after Russia in the CIS and outstrip Ukraine, which happened for the first time. We got accustomed to perceive Ukraine as the second largest state from the time of the Soviet Union, when it was the second largest republic after Russia. The population of Ukraine is 3 times larger than in Kazakhstan. However, the GDP of Kazakhstan and the amount of state reserves are larger than in Ukraine. During the first 11 months of 2012, the growth of the short-term economic indicator was estimated at 105.1%. In the period from January through to November 2013, investment in fixed assets exceeded 5 trillion tenge, which in real terms is 8.7% more compared with the previous year. At the same time, the volume of industrial production since the beginning of the year reached 16.5 trillion tenge in current prices, which is 2.3% more than in 2012. According to experts, the economic growth was achieved primarily by means of domestic sources. Industry is an economic growth locomotive. The share of industry in the GDP of the country exceeds 30%, which is a large contribution both to the GDP and its growth. The Kazakh Statistical Agency reports that the second largest contributor to the GDP growth is commerce, which provides over 14.5% of the GDP. The share of real estate, transport and construction in GDP ranges from 5 to 7%. Experts noted that being a country where commodity export takes the largest share of the economy, Kazakhstan had to feel the pressure of negative external factors. First of all, it suffered from the economic difficulties of the Eurozone and China, where Kazakhstan sends the largest part of its export goods. In addition, the worldwide decline in the prices of oil and metals by 7 and 10% respectively played its role. All this provided the basis for experts to give modest GDP growth forecasts in the range between 4 and 5%. The situation started to change dramatically closer to the second half of the year, after the government had optimized the budget. A decrease in oil prices influenced the fiscal profit of the state. The government had to make such changes, which were quite well timed. It optimized the budget in May 2013, introduced some changes, suggested the notion of cost minimization, and started to gradually improve the efficiency of fiscal payments. Another factor which played a positive role is the attraction of foreign investments and development of foreign trade, thanks to the cooperation as part of the customs union. According to statistics, the amount of mutual turnover as part of the economic alliance was estimated at 62 billion tenge. The experience of the customs union shows that even before its formal establishment, there were cases of increasing investments. In Kazakhstan, during the first 2 years of existence of the customs union, we have witnessed a significant increase in investments channeled into the processing industry and the areas which are crucial for our economy and which will enable a decrease in the raw material dependence. This is why this issue is more important than commerce. Specialists say that although this year the exports from Kazakhstan in general decreased by 7%, the same figure within the countries of the customs union reached only 4%. It means that the trade within the customs union influences the overall performance and will favor the attraction of greater investments.